Hey everyone, I'm back again, and as you can see from the photo on the screen, there is a lot of layouts in this stack of layouts that I'm going to share with you, and they are all that I've done so far this year that are not in albums because they're not from 2017. So pretty much if it was anything from any previous year, I have just put that in a pile rather than put it in my albums because that was just easier for some reason, and now I've got to go through them all, sort them all, and put them in those folders. However, the silver lining from this is that I can share them all with you in an epic video. So hopefully you stick around and you get some ideas and some inspiration, and I hope you like what you see. So, and hopefully I can get the glare out of it as much as possible. So this is a large photo. I'm just trying to think, and I've just embellished straight on there. It is, well, obviously 12. That was a bit silly. I could have worked that out. I'm sure all of you worked that out. By 8. So 12 by 8. Just layered up some bits and pieces from my stash with a lovely big wood. Some wood veneer, some flair. So that's just my dad and my boys. It's just them walking through the forest at the top of Cunningham's Gap when we're on the way to Brisbane. So let's keep that white there because might need it. I'm pretty sure there's some other layouts that are the same in terms of that, in terms of size. So there's a lovely pink. And this is from some Hip Kit stuff plus my stash. However, that's my son, and there's not a scrap of blue or anything like that on there. I really love it. That's his kissy face when he was little. I think I'm going to be here forever if I talk too much. So here's another one. I double bordered it up. Lots of layers behind there, as you can see. Some tabs, some labels. And then big embellishment cluster here behind the title. I like this one. Peekaboo. So these crosses were all on a piece of paper, but I chose to cut them out so that they had some 3D to them. And I've just added the title right on there. Lots of layers again. And embellishment cluster here and one down the bottom. Woo woo. Oh, so here's a layout that my son made about some ice cream that we had from Cold Rock. Here's the art journal inspired layout. I'm pretty sure there's a video for this. Oh, some gunk on there. But that's it. Lots of goodness. So using one of the Cocoa Vanilla, this is going to be great for you, hearing all up. Hopefully you won't. So this is from the Cocoa Vanilla Studios earlier collection. I can't remember what this one was called now because there's a new one out and it's delicious. So just using the frames up because my sons took a photo in a frame. Excuse me. So use some modelling paste and a stencil, lots of layers again, this beautiful vellum and a diagonal cluster. So there's a photo from Japan using the Cocoa Vanilla Studios collection again. You're probably screaming at the screen telling me what it's called, but I've forgotten. So here's a smaller one. So, ooh, just out of interest, so people know if they're interested. 8.5, probably by 11 then. Yep, 8.5 by 11 layout. Lots of spray mist on there. The stencil again. A little bit of layering and a big title. Oh, I was going to show you this one. Oh, that wouldn't be very interesting for you. So this is using a sketch from the Kitaholics member forum because this stuff we got, this collection we got in one of the kits with some other goodies. When I first got that collection, I pulled out all the blue and made this lovely one. This is one of my first videos, I think, on YouTube. So there's a stamp, and yeah, just lovely 3D, lovely goodness. So using up the rest of those frames from that collection, I covered them with some thread, used some ink dabbers, and some stamps, and documented my son's first week at childcare when he was 7 weeks old. So this is a cool mixed media layout. Just put some paint down, some ink splatters, use the Polaroid photo and a big title, Bob's Your Uncle. Oh, I like this one. This is a sweet layout. So my children at Floriade, I used all these flowers from the Hip Kit exclusive die cut pack, some puffy stickers, and that is it. This paper is just delicious. Oh, this is a fun one too. So I cut up this wood paper. It was all these triangles all connected like squares in a line, and I made some windmills, sewed it down, put some wood veneer buttons on it and some clusters. Use that sticker banner, obviously some layers because you can't have much to do without layers. Oh, this one's in a sleeve. It's probably going to be too much glare if I leave it in there. Oops, sneak peek. So multiple photos of Grandma and the grandchildren when we were up in Brisbane in January. So why is this in this pile? This could go in my album. Maybe that's why it's in a sleeve. Some grandchildren and children. Used it, great English. Used the spray mist as watercolours. Painted them on. This is a cool one. Some black. I just added some green to the top and the bottom just to make sure it was the right size. But this paper was like a colour-in paper, and I painted it, cut some things up, added some ink splatters, some white paint splatters, title, and that is just as simple as that. So it's a lovely photo. Got the circles from a paper. I just punched them out, put it on there, put the cluster there, and one up the top where the title, so there's a bit of a diagonal. This is a cool one. So I used all the tags from the exclusive Hip Kit pack again. And this one, to do these paints, I put some paint on my table and I used a loyalty card. Example, put it in and just went like that. So that's cool. Might have to do that again. So here's a lovely sweet layout. Feels like home. Just some paper laid up top and bottom. Use my punch. Some flowers that I cut from some pattern paper. Some of these rose gold stickers. And a lovely title up the top. Pretty. So this is my son and his friend. Just ripped up these paper strips. I did use a ruler so that we're pretty straight. Added a title, a tag, cluster, or buttons actually, and some thread. And that was easy. So one of my nephews, I think this is a this year photo as well. Okay, so maybe some of these layouts will be easier because I'll be able to just put them straight in my album this year. So just some nice layers. There's a paper bag in there, some muslin fabric, some paper, some vellum, frames. Use the stalk from the little you collection, the boy one, and I put the border on, but made it to the left. Made this left side, to the right. Made the left side bigger up the top as well, just to make it a bit different. So here's a cool one. This does have a video. This has got layers galore. So using up all my bits and pieces that were left over, multiple kits. Lovely big title, but I have a lot of a mixed media on the background, which is why it looks like that. It's got blue mist and black mist and white modelling paste and gold modelling paste, some spray mist going everywhere, some doodling, some ink splatters, a jagged edge with ink on it, and cool. Not sure that that's from that page actually. Doesn't look like it, does it? I'll take that off. So when they were only weeks old, so there's 2 photos of my children, Patrick, Oliver, about the same age when that photo was taken. And I've just got some modelling paste, some smudges, but what I did was cut out this heart and laid that paper underneath, and this top white cardstock is up on foam tape. Foam and foam tape, I think, actually. So there's another layout from my son, who's using the spray mist. This is 8.5 by 11. He even put some glue and some sand on the bottom here. Used these stickers that he'd purchased at the shop, he'd chosen, and that's it. So actually, not sure if I did this one this year. This is a bit, I think I did this towards the end of last year. But what I did was cut up this paper on these lines, layered them up, used some of my summer embellishments, because I have a lot of summer embellishments. They are so cute and to die for. And I wish we lived at the beach so I could do 5 of these summer kind of pages every day. So a lovely little sweet layout here, a little photo. Use the paper strips that were left over from my kit to make a crisscross weave. Use some of the embellishments and laid it up twice. So Project Life with a bit of glare. So this is a napkin that I've just glued onto a card. Here's a Project Life card that I've cut down. Tag. I cut out a label with my punch. This was a photo of the card, what was written in the card from my husband. And here's one of my son's birthday. Well, the weekend after our birthday. So one of my son's birthdays a day before mine, and one of the other ones is 8 days before my birthday. So on that weekend we got some other presents and we went to play some card games. So another layout from my son. That's from when we were in Japan. They had Pikachu pancakes. So this is a recent one of myself, and I've just curled the edge up there to put that paper on. Added some layers behind it from the Kitaholic kits. Add some glue down that butterfly just so it sticks up a bit, and these are the title. So this is a nice fun wild one. So this is just in one day how I'd done my own hair at home. Have some cling wrap on the blonde to make it go quicker, but I laid these photos first, and then I sort of did similar in terms of got the doily to start with, and a pink doily and a purple doily, and then I just layered some embellishments up for how I wanted it to look like. Called it real life because sometimes that is my real life. Dyeing my hair. So this layout is one of my favorites. I used every single flower from the vellum pack, the die cut pack, and the exclusive die cuts from Kitaholic's kit. And I put them all on there and random. There's some other flowers here and some flare, some wood veneer, some butterflies from the kit, and some words through it. And this sequin tape, yeah, I guess it's like a tape sequin string, I guess, is from the kit as well. So sweet. I love that one. This is another one that I've loved that I did just recently, and this is using the Katie Mixed Media's stencil. In week 1, layered some tulle, some black cardstock and a doily. Used, because I used the leftover paint to put in an art journal, I ripped out some of that paper and made some love hearts, added some little words, and that is simply that. That's of my wedding day, obviously. So the month before, I believe, we had the Kaisercraft Factory 42 collection and some other goodies, and this is some of the things I made with it. So my son with the cat from the Nanny and Poppy's house, just layered up this crepe paper, added some smudge packaging techniques and some ink and a doily, and layered these words this way to make it like an embellishment cluster. Added some bling. That was about it. So this one's pretty layered up. I cut up every page that we got in the kit, and I've ripped them so they could be layered. Got the one in the middle, bit of layering as well behind the photo. Words down here, title, and a clear sticker, and that was it. It's so nice though. It's actually quite heavy because of all the paper. So another one using that collection, I just cut up the paper that had these cogs on it, Added some of the wooden cogs, and I had some metal cogs in my collection. Used title word stickers because we got these Tim Holtz word stickers that month. And some sequins and another label. Oh, it's two that you can see right there. So a 6x12 layout using the same collection. Sticker, a clear sticker, some words, bit of layering, resin, and some sequins. Pretty easy. Oh, and a doodly border. So this one was pretty fun. I just ripped out this paper. I actually scrunched this piece here so that it was even more grungy looking. Coloured the wood veneer so that it matches this rusty amber colour. And that's layered up with some other textured paper using the paper shredder. Added some of the exclusive die cuts. And here's another one. I think that's the last one at the moment from that collection. I used the mixed media kit. We had a stencil and some Colour Blast modelling paste kind of stuff. Just some doilies, resin and wood veneer sequins, and a label. So just simple with the layers behind, just to tell a story. Black and white photo because I was experimenting. So this was a mood board challenge for Scrapping Good Times Facebook group, and this was it had this quote and had some feathers and the rainbow colours, so I used some different cardstock to layer it. This lovely ephemera piece and these wood veneer feathers I painted in the same colours that I used in the title, just using some watercolours and a paintbrush to experiment and have fun. So another challenge, this was a sketch challenge from Scrapping Good Times Facebook group. This is using a collection exclusively, added in the doily, but everything else is from the collection. So that was fun. So using the Kaisercraft Hanema Garden, so this was some geisha girls that we'd seen while we were in Japan. And I got these flowers from our local scrapbooking shop one day because I thought they would go together with this collection well. Added in some paper, some fabric and some resin flowers. We'd gotten this crane from our tour guide one day when we were in Japan, and the stamp that goes with the collection was used as well. So the U-Rock collection from Cocoa Vanilla. Use the triangles down the side there, some layering in a frame, flare, and some words. Simple. Excuse me. So another one from the Kidaholic collections. I used some watercolours to make this misty water mixed media background. Added this border up on a foam, and the one down the bottom is flat. Added some layers, even used labels as layers, some journaling and some little bit of embellishment. So here's another 12x8 photo, and I've embellished straight on it. So this is where my eldest son met my youngest son, or our youngest son. Added on this word, and there was really just, clutter, not clutter, but the bed, the hospital bed and the hospital PowerPoint there. So it was nice to have a big embellishment cluster there using a Project Life card, a frame, some sticker and some chipboard from the collection, the Little U collection. So raw. Excuse me. So my son playing with the tigers and the lions one day. I used the embossing powder and a stamp that we got in the Kidaholics collection that was to go with the U-Rock stuff that we got. Some circle, ephemera, and some layers. Pretty much layers, layers, layers as my style, in case you hadn't got it. So another 6x12. This one was a purple collection challenge on Scrapping Good Times Facebook group. So that was fun. I just pulled out my purple ephemera box and seen what I could do. And these reject shop cards I just got in not long before, and I knew there was lots of purple in it, so that went well. Made it easier when you've got it all out of your hands. So the U-Rock collection again, using the stuff in the Kitaholic kits, some wood veneer, some layering, some embossing, and a big cluster sprinkling of stars and crosses. So that's cool. So an 8x8, it's already in its plastic sleeves. This is of my son when we were in Japan. He wanted to see if I could make an ice cream, so we did. And my other son with the totem pole behind him, just used that camera paper, bit of flower, layers, a cluster, oh yeah, there's two things there, so I guess there's a cluster and another cluster here. So this was our first sketch challenge for Scrapping Good Times as a design team, and this is what I made, some photos of Japan, all together with those doilies on the side. I was using a paper pad. I got this from my collection, word sticker, and then these were all one packet of thickers, or part of one pack of thickers. There was certainly more than just that in the packet. So a 6x12. This one's of my youngest son, doodly border, but there's lots of goodness filling up that page. It's a multiple photo, obviously, doily and some layers of tag. Some of the large ephemera from the collection, and some journaling. And I seen there was another 6x12. This is a fun bright green one, and use the crosses from the thicker packs. This ephemera piece with the I used the packet of this, the cardboard behind a stamp with it had those dots on it, so I thought that looks really good. Looks good together. A rubber charm piece and a cluster here. It's my son after a bath. Look how curly his hair went. He had so much hair when he was little. He still has so much hair actually. So another challenge for the Scrapping Good Times. Just cut out all those banners up the top. Copied it with the border. Just I did dots and dashes. Used a large photo. So when, sometimes you don't need very much at all. Other times it's nice to fill a page up. Say cheese. Well, cheese. So it's my son taking a photo of my other son. Just got some layers. I used the gel medium to put down some tissue paper, so it looks a bit like paint. This is black paint through a stencil, and that's using the papers from the U-Rock collection. One ephemera piece and one title. Even some label stickers from the collection that came, well, not from the collection, but from the Kitaholics kit. Excuse me. So this was the Christmas in July YouTube Aussie Hop that we had. This is my contribution. I hand stitched all the stitching to make the baubles look like they were hanging. Put some photos in. Embellishment down here and one to the side. And that was using the Snow and Cocoa collection bits and pieces from crate paper. So in the U-Rock collection, that kit that we got from Kitaholics, we also got, as we usually do, some exclusive die cuts and exclusive labels and tags. And I decided to use a whole page because I had most of them left after the end of the collection, end of the kit, and I laid it up there all on one side of the page and then laid my photo down the bottom here. So another sweet photo, just trying to keep it simple, just some white and then a little bit of grey. So that's an 11 by 8.5 again. So just some crepe paper behind here like Adele does. The title, just this word stuck there as a fishtail banner on each side, tiny attached it down, and then use my grey lead pencil to do a doodly border. Oh, how exciting for you, a blank piece of paper. Oh, I just put it there for that one. I thought I was in my pile then. Oh my goodness. So there was this page with all these frames on it. I cut them out, put some watercolours on it, laid up these lots of goodies here, some stickers, some tag stickers, some paper, some words, some tissue paper. Added some clusters, and there's another layout of my son done. So you would think that was all I had. So thank you for watching, and that's all of my layouts for the year, other than the ones that are in my 5 albums that I've got going for this year so far. So these are the ones that I've done, apart from, I think there was 2 or 3, that are all from other years that I've just randomly printed the photo for and enjoyed scrapping and using my goodies. So thanks for watching. If you managed to watch it all, I'm very grateful and thankful that you are interested in my work. Let me know down below if there was something that caught your eye you want to know more about, and I'll talk to you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.